recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resumes. The resume we have up first is, I don't know, you didn't tell me. You just said software engineer. This person is an international student that has taken over 1,400 applications and has gotten, what, no interviews? Yeah, no interviews. So no interviews, and it's been 1,400 applications. So that's absolutely insane. That's the terrible, terrible ratio, one of the worst I've ever seen. So first off, I will say the best thing to diagnose this is your phone number right? Because even accidentally, you should be getting 1 or 2 interviews based on that just volume alone. So I would 1,000% check to make sure your phone number is right. It leads to a voicemail that is not full, and it doesn't go directly to voicemail, because that has happened. That's happened multiple times. I, today, when this video was recorded, tried to call somebody, went to voicemail, couldn't leave a message. So you need to make sure that's the thing. But assuming your phone number is correct and your email is correct, your other biggest problem, besides being an international student, because that really does lower your ratio, and for people that are new, the ratio is the amount of applications it takes to get an interview. This is your guideline on if your resume is good or not. One interview per 10 applications, phenomenal, fantastic. You don't really need to change it. 1 interview per 100, terrible. So the biggest problem is this is a software engineer that did not tell me what kind of software engineer they are. Software engineers, once you graduate, are broken down into multiple stacks. Companies really, not all companies, but the vast majority of companies will not hire you unless your resume is tailored to a specific stack. In this case, it could be front end, it could be full stack, it could be back end Java, back end Python, back end like C or whatever else those ones are. So this is not tailored, and that is the problem. I did a meter yeet of this where I tried to find if enough stuff to move them forward in 20 seconds. Spoiler alert, I did not. My guess is maybe they're a back end Java engineer. I don't actually know if this is correct or not. So I am assuming, based on the 20 seconds I took, that this is a back-end Java. If it's not, well, then that is your problem. So for back-end Java, what we're looking for is, well, Java, Spring, Spring Boot, SQL, RESTful APIs, microservices, OOP, Git, other APIs, Maven, Cloud, Architecting, SDLC, MongoDB, and any of these for extra credit. So first off, your skills section and your formatting is off. You do not want a skills section. Skills sessions are useless. They do not help, and you should delete them. I stand by that point. Everybody fights me on it. You're all wrong. I'm sorry. I am currently fighting a cold, so if I'm a lot more brutal than normal, that is why. I don't have a lot of spoons. That is a mental health term that I don't know if people will get or not. But so this can be deleted, and then the rest of your resume needs to be formatted differently. Nothing here should be bolded. Nothing here should be bolded. Your resume should look like this. Boring, basic, and ugly is what gets jobs. This is the format you want. This is how you do it. This is on my website. I am aware at how ugly this works. That is a feature, not a bug. That is the point. It should be ugly. Good resumes are ugly. So now, can we find this stuff? Well, I found 1 or 2 of them. Cross-functional, solid, microservices is good, Java is good, Spring Boot is good, and RESTful APIs are good. The problem is I did not find anything else in this entire thing. Oh, here, OOP, but I missed it because I didn't have enough time to get down. And again, you bolded everything, which means I missed it. So I found Java, great. Found Spring Boot, great. I found SQL and RESTful APIs and microservices. I did not find CI/CD. I did not, well, that's a bonus. I did not find any cloud. I did not find architecting. I did not find SDLC. I did not find MongoDB. I did not find Maven or other APIs or Git. And I missed OOP because it was written all the way down here, and your formatting is so bad that I couldn't find it. So this is part of your problem. This is the only, I also could not find like Agile or anything. Again, this doesn't count. I cannot use anything in here. I don't know why people keep fighting me on it. I can't. The other problem is I don't even know if this is fully a Java developer. It's entirely probable that you are looking for something else. And if that is the case and you're applying to, say, a Python role, well, they're going to reject you because these are the qualifications for a Python role. So this is a bit of the problem and why you need to pick a stack. This is the most important lesson I can teach every single graduating software engineer is pick a stack. You need to. I'm not saying you need to go with it for the rest of your life. I'm not saying you need to be an expert in it. I'm saying you need to tailor your resume to a particular stack. And again, a subdivision of that stack if it's backend, because then it has to pick a language. Otherwise, you will get rejected. If you put in this resume to a full stack, they will decline you. In fact, this is the crazy part. I am aware that full stack includes front end and back end. Guess what? If you apply for a full stack role and you put in a front end or back end resume, you will get declined. If you are applying for a front end position or a back end position and you are still in, like, it's a Java role and you have Java, and your resume is tailored to a full stack position, you will get declined. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm telling you the truth because it sucks that we're in a recession at the time of this video. There are more people looking for jobs than there are jobs available. It stinks. Your chances are low. Anybody who is telling you otherwise is wrong, or they're in a very good industry, because the job market is not the job market. The job market is about 200 jobs crunched together in a trench coat. And some of those are up, but software engineering is not one of them. So that's why this resume fails, is besides possibly the phone number, you don't pick a stack. And your formatting is a little off, but mainly it's the fact that you don't pick a stack. So that's all I can do for this resume. Before we go to the next one, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. And if you ever need more help, you can go on my Twitch stream. That's where I get these qualifications. I do them live. That's why I need you to tell me specifically, because guess what? If you tell me whatever, I can't really help you because resumes are very specific. They are tailored to a specific job title. So, but yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST, and let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a project coordinator / assistant. So this person, this is their third review, and it's gotten better each time. So let's see if they fix some of the issues. They want to make sure they can roll it out to kickstart the DLC pack of their work search journey. So let's see. What we're looking for is project coordinator, multitasking, pretty critical, organizational skills, industry, Microsoft Office, Google Workspace, Smartsheets, Jira, Confluence, Excel, MS Project, Outlook. And it's, again, I want to be clear about the MS Office versus Google Workspace. Usually you don't need both. You kind of usually only need one. Proactive problem solving. This is big. Client, customer, stakeholder interaction, bonus, admin support, whatever those are. So can I find it in 20 seconds? I don't know. I am fighting a cold. So that means it's going to be an extra harsh review. And go. Cross-collaborated, good. Forecasting, this tells me what you did. Eradicating costly infrastructure. Model showcase. Delivered a product ahead of schedule, good. Pipeline with MS Excel, good. And enabling team to clean and analyze data sets. Analyze the Jira, good. Spearheaded smart for the marketing Tableau. MS Word. These are good. Would this pass? So we had cross-collab. Is there stakeholder or client? I think... Yeah, I did. Equipping stakeholder, instant KPI visibility, driver, agile, strategic adjustments. This should probably... It's not bad. This might get interviews. I think there are some tweaks we can do, but I think this is much better. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I think we are missing proactive. We are missing... I'd like a little bit better for stakeholder. But the rest of it we have, I think you can move forward with this one. So I'm going to help them outside of this video because they're in my chat right now where I can give them slightly better advice. But the essential thing is I only really want to add something to this where it says deployed prototype ahead of schedule by identifying or saying proactively identifying and fixing X with automation using X and Y. Basically, I really do want to put in the proactive. And then this one, it's okay. I wish we could put a little bit more here. But this, where'd the stakeholders go? The stakeholders should be higher up. Most of the stuff is the stakeholders. So I would like to know a little bit more about how this helped stakeholders. But other than that, those are my main concerns. I think this is enough to get a position, or at least more interviews. So I would definitely keep applying pretty heavily. But yeah, we're gonna go over that in my Twitch stream. This is how you know I'm not feeling great. I just do word salad. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a software developer front end. So this person doesn't have the worst ever ratio. It's not great, to be clear, but it's not the worst. It's a 1 to 75. So again, that's like a D minus. It does fail, but it doesn't fail by an incredible amount. So what we're looking for, at least in the United States, for a front-end developer is JavaScript, React, AngularJS, HTML, CSS, PHP. Yes, PHP, it is in some jobs. I don't know why. I just know what they asked for. SQL, Scrum, or Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, Git, Docker, Jira, Node.js, Vue, Next, and a bonus for any extra language, Cloud, UI, UX, TypeScript, WordPress, or Sass, or maybe a little bit for full stack. But again, these are the primary ones I want. So, I'm clicking the wrong button on my screen. Oh gosh, everything is going haywire. I'm glad nobody was able to see that. So, can I find this in 20 seconds? Let's find out. So, degree, good. MERN, HTML, good. CSS, React, Tailwind, CSS, good. UI, UX is solid. There's a lot of extraneous stuff here. Scrum is good. Git is good. Next job. Yeah, so this does seem like a 75 to 1. There are definitely roles where I could move this forward with and others where I would not be able to. So the first thing is they may not know what a MERN stack is. They really may not. I work in multiple industries and I always get confused with different acronyms. MERN is MongoDB, Express, React, and Node, which I did actually have to look up. And the problem with that is I don't see JavaScript. Now, I do understand that you are thinking that MERN means JavaScript is implied, but besides making sure your contact information is correct, the biggest rule I can ever teach somebody is if it's not on your resume, it does not exist. And the problem with this is I don't see JavaScript. Here, it's all the way at the bottom, but no one's going to actually be able to see that. So I understand that this may imply JavaScript. You cannot do that. If it implies it, it means it does not exist. That's unfortunately the case. So the other thing I would like to do is there's a couple of things here that I don't think are needed. I don't think Express is needed. I don't think OAuth is needed. MongoDB could be, to be clear. Redux, again, rarer, but maybe. And I know this is going to sound weird. You don't need Tailwind. You just need CSS. I don't think I've seen a single job say Tailwind CSS instead of CSS. Maybe they have, and I'm missing it, but I don't think they are. So what I would do is keep the Sass, remove this, right? I don't want to see MERN stack, and then say JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React, and Redux. Collaborating with designers to optimize UI, UX, and that part is fine. So this is a little too wordy. Then here, again, MongoDB, maybe. I can't guarantee it, and Node definitely is. Express, maybe, but I don't think OAuth is. And then the rest of this I don't really need. Like designing RESTful APIs to enhance authentication flow while conducting thorough to test data. You need to shrink this down. There's a lot of unnecessary information that you're not going to really get. So applied Agile and Scrum practices while leveraging Git and GitHub. I put the slash. You don't want to put the slash. But otherwise, this is a really good sentence. I actually really like this one. And if anything, this sentence should probably be your second sentence because I really like it. So this is good. And then nothing here I need. It does show good work experience, so that's okay. Project, SaaS web app using Next.js, React, Puppeteer, React Flow. Yeah, it just, again, this is almost between full stack and front end, and I am aware that full stack implies front end, but they do require different qualifications. So as an example, this, and you are in chat right now. Let me see if you actually mentioned anything. No, you did not to me. Okay. So as an example, this is full stack, right? This is the full stack one. Is it the same as front end? There's definitely similarities, but I don't really need TypeScript. I still need JavaScript, which I'm missing in both of them. I would probably want GraphQL. I would want Next.js instead of just Node. I would keep React and RESTful APIs. Agile is the same, but I would also need Cloud. I would need CI/CD, maybe cross-functional, and then I would need either .NET, Python, or Java. So if you could tell, these are different, right? This is the difference between them. So I think you need to fully focus on one with one resume. And you can have multiple resumes. I want to be clear. I actually advise people to create multiple resumes. You should have between 2 to 4 resumes. So one is going to be front end, one is going to be full stack, one is maybe going to be back end. I don't know if you have enough for back end, but at least you do for full stack. So to summarize, yes, this will get you some jobs. It is missing JavaScript. It is a little bit too mixed with full stack. And you have a couple of extraneous words. It's not garbage. I want to be clear. I don't want to say like, awful resume, never. No, it is a 1 in 75. This seems close to accurate. Actually, it may even be a 1 in 50. I think this is right on the edge of passing, but it's not quite there. So shrink it down, make sure it's a little more relevant, like maybe Vue or Next. And then split another version of this off into full stack, and I think you're going to do fine. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a mechanical design engineer. So what we're looking for in a mechanical design engineer is not actually a lot. I was actually really shocked when I found out what we really needed, and it wasn't really much. We do want your degree. We do want to make sure that you can work cross-functional. We want to see that you can do hardware design and prototyping along with electrical and mechanical and CAD, SolidWorks, and 3D printing. And then this is where it gets a little odd, is it depending on your individual industry. So like, are you working on cars? Are you working on airplanes? And what part of those you're working on. You want to do the drafting standards and production processes. So there are going to be some slightly different ones for that. But this was basically it. This person states they have been applying for a job for about 2 years now, but with no luck. Their main goal is to apply and get a job in the UK or Germany. So would appreciate CV tips and adjustments. So first off, I already know your problem, and I don't think it's the resume. And I want to be very clear. I am a US-based recruiter. I specifically have not worked outside the US, like in the EU. I've made 1 or 2 placements in Canada, and that is it. So this may not be 100% accurate, but from my understanding, this is the problem. So in the US at least, and I hopefully an EU recruiter can let me know if I'm incorrect. In the EU, what I assume is you need to be able to work in the country before you can get sponsorship. That is sort of the big catch-22, right? Like, you need sponsorship to work, but you can't work without sponsorship. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter how good the rest of this is. It doesn't matter. If you are not legally allowed to work in that country, you cannot get a job in that country. Now, again, maybe the EU is a little bit different, but I imagine it's not. I imagine you still need a work visa. You still need the ability to get that before you get in. So this is your problem right here, is the fact that you require visa sponsorship. If you have already gotten the ability to work in this place, that's different, but it sounds like you don't. And relocating is a red flag. Well, yellow flag. So the fact that you are telling them that you can move anywhere within 2 weeks, I don't know if that's accurate. Maybe where you're at does in fact have a visa that lets you work in those places, but you don't state that. What this reads like is you are not qualified to work in the country, and you will need that upon hire. But that's the reverse of the process. You need the ability to work in the country before we can move forward with an interview. Not even counting the relocation, which is a yellow flag, which I said red flag, I meant yellow flag. My brain is very tired. So I will do a 20 seconds to see if I can find this stuff, but I don't know if that's going to matter. Again, maybe somebody in the EU can correct me. I will not, this is not a hill I will fight on, but I imagine that you need to be able to work there first. So let's see if at least 20 seconds. Okay, so good. Degree, HVAC could be one. AutoCAD is fine. I don't care about system efficiency. Python, I don't care. Nothing here is related. Nothing here is related. This is related, and nothing is related. This is good, and nothing else. So even beyond this, I did not find enough stuff. I did not see how you did prototyping. Maybe I missed it. Let's do a control F. Prototyping. Okay, there it is. Well, no, because you just said reduced costs. I'm not looking to reduce cost. I want to know if you did it yourself. So this reads like you just reduced the costs of it, not that you did it yourself. And I'm looking for you to do it yourself. CAD I did find, which is great. But the rest of it I basically didn't. So this is part of the problem is you may not be able to work in that part of the country, which again, not an EU recruiter. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but maybe I am. And you don't have enough qualifications. So to get somebody to move, you need to have a real issue hiring those people in the first place. Having a candidate relocate is always, always, always going to be a yellow flag. So the fact that you can relocate anywhere is immediately sus. You have to state you are going to move to X area before you submit this, so that way they know, hey, even if I don't get this job, I'm still moving to the area. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know if it was or not for you. That's the only thing I can do for this, unfortunately. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a AI engineer. So this person only stated, thanks for my help. So no worries, glad to help out. No other information. So we don't know how successful their version of this resume is. What we need in an AI engineer is AI LLM, NLP, Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Cloud, NumPy, R, MATLAB, SDLC, CI/CD, DevOps, and one of the following: RAG, ML, LangChain. In fact, I think I may need to use the rest. So RAG, ML, or LangChain, and then we also need Skibbity, Learn, Pandas, and Agentic. Or Agentic. The Agentic should be or. And explaining stuff to non-technical people. My dog just made a very weird sound. So, this person, let's see if I can find that in 20 seconds. And away we go. All right. Tell me this good. Okay, good. Python, good. AI, good. Models, it could be good. TensorFlow, good. LangChain, solid. LLM, solid. Yeah, this is there anything else I need? What am I missing? We have AI, good. We had Python, good. We had TensorFlow. We had PyTorch. I'm missing Cloud. I am missing Cloud. I found SDLC. I found the LangChain. Yeah, I think you're missing Cloud. So here I need it. So first off, some of these are a little wordy, so I wasn't able to go all the way down to here. And then when you mention Cloud, I need to know what kind it is. I need to know if it's AWS, GCP, or Azure. But otherwise, this is not bad. I assume the formatting got messed up when you sent it to me. The only thing I would suggest is specifically this part. Is I would, instead of just saying I would say Arizona, and then describe how they can work with an EAD, which you can just say in a brief summary is, as a Canadian citizen, I am allowed to work in the United States, X and Y. I am currently in Arizona. So you need to give a little bit more detail so they know they can work with you, and you need to add the what kind of cloud you are, and you need to shrink some of these sentences a little bit. Like fine-tune model-based models using PyTorch and TensorFlow, good. Enhancing task-specific performance, I don't know if I need, but aligning model behavior with user intent, I do. Implemented prompt chaining, I don't know what that is. Instead, you could just say used LangChain to structure multi-step interactions with LLMs, enabling user inputs, right? Like, they're a little too wordy. It's not bad. I want to be clear. This is not bad, but I think you can change this, and I think you can, if you do those changes, you will get a little bit more success based on what you were doing. So that's all for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. The next video, I will be right back in California, so this setting is going to change, and I think the sound is going to be back to normal. And, you know, I really appreciate you all watching. If you ever need more help, you can stop by my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST till whenever. And I will see you in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.